Northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now Hunt on the return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win? On first down, the offense or the defense. Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Scott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They're going to look to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Winston. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now Hunt on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to wind up and air it out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Saints. 49 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Slam. Back. Green, triple C. Blaze up.
Working out of the gun. Winston. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Alex Okafor in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, sub.
To throw is Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. In for the score. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Second down, Winston. Able to shake it, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Alex Okafor getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Green, triple C.
Here's Winston. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of...
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints add on to their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. A give to Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up.
And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. In for the score. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Hendrickson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. The give is to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Winston. That is caught at the 7. A good pickup there at 22.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Now Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They get it to him running left. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. extra point splits the... This is back to an 8-point game. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. That's caught by Meredith right side. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Buccaneers have it.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Flushed out right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go now. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A try here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
He'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard. Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it? And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's blitz coming, and down he goes. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Raymond now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no? I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game. Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A first down throw for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one. Now Jameis on second down. He sets to fire. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2. Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time. How many plays do you script coming out of the second half? Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught left side, Hopkins. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Ohio!
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They go play action here on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Noah Spence in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And avoids the contact by sliding. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
This is Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Hey, let's go, let's go! Four down. Check. Wait up.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 18 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a play fake here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They're going to look to throw. Pass incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Blair. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Noah Spence able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Noah Spence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back now in Tampa. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Going deep for Hupp. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smiles.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Second down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one. Winston
needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long.
Hey, stop.
Jameis to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Winston and the Bucs take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Following the interception, Winston. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to go down again. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and down inside the 40 to about the 38. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Scott. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Ready? Blue ready.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Hey, stop. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. A dump underneath to Jones. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Hey, stop.
Winston here to throw. Complete to Jones. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Hey, let's get it converted. Let's convert. Hey, stop.
Now Winston. Going deep here for Allen. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Bucs on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go, even.
Winston. He may try and run for this. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They'll run on first down. Scott, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about points. They were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Tampa Bay, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.